Hi students, I am Praveen Sebastian Paul. In this lecture, we are discussing 12 different types of software testing available in software engineering environment. The first one is risk-based testing or RBT. In RBT, the functionalities or requirements are tested based on their priorities. Risk-based testing includes testing of highly critical functionalities which has the highest impact on the business and in which the probability of failure is very high. The priority decision is based on the business need. So once priority is set for all functionalities, then high priority functionality or test case are executed first, followed by medium and then low priority functionalities. The low priority functionalities may be tested or not tested based on the available time. The risk-based testing is carried out if there is insufficient time available to test the entire software and software needs to be implemented on time without any delay. This approach is followed only by discussion and approval of the client and senior management of the organization. Another mode of testing is sanity testing. Sanity testing is done to determine if a new software version is performing well enough to accept it for a major testing effort or not. If an application is crashing for the initial use, then the system is not stable enough for further testing. Hence, a build or an application is assigned to fix it. Next mode of testing is security testing. It is a type of testing performed by a special team of testers. A system can be penetrated by any hacking way. Security testing is done to check how the software or application or website is secure from internal and external threats. This testing includes how much software is secure from the malicious program, virus, and how secure and strong the authorization and authentication processes are. It also checks how software behaves for any hacker attacks and malicious programs and how software is maintained for data security after such hacker attacks. And the next mode of testing is smoke testing. Whenever a new build is provided by the development team, the software testing team validates the build and ensure that no major issue exists. The testing team ensure that the build is stable and a detailed level of testing is carried out further. Smoke testing checks that no showstopper defect exists in the build, which will prevent the testing team to test the application in detail. If testers find a major critical functionality is broken down at the initial stage itself, then the testing team can reject the build and inform accordingly to the development team. Smoke testing is carried out to a detailed level of any functional or regression testing. Another mode of testing is static testing. Static testing is a type of testing which is executed without any code. The execution is performed on the documentation during the testing phase. It involves a review, walkthrough, and inspection of the deliverables of the project. Static testing does not execute the code. Instead of the code syntax, naming conventions are checked in this type of testing. Static testing is also applicable for test case, test plan, design, document, etc. It is necessary to perform static testing by the testing team as the defects identified during this type of testing are cost effective from the project perspective. The 40th type of testing is stress testing. This testing is done when a system is stressed beyond its specification in order to check how and when it fails. This is performed under heavy loads like putting large number of storage capacity, complex database queries, continuous inputs, and other data to the system or database loads. So this stress testing is to ensure the performance of a system under heavy load conditions. Another mode of testing is system testing. Under system testing technique, the entire system is tested as per the requirement. It is a black box type of testing that it is based on overall requirement specification and covers all the combined parts of a system. One of the important type of testing is unit testing. Testing of an individual software component or module is termed as unit testing. It is typically done by a programmer and not by a tester, as it requires detailed knowledge of the internal program design and code. It may also require developing test driver modules or test harness. So this unit testing is one of the basic and important type of testing where these type of testings are commonly done by the developer or the developing team itself. Another type of testing is a usability testing. Under the usability testing, user-friendliness check is done. The application flow is tested to know if a new user can understand the application easily or not. Proper help documented if a user gets stuck at any point. Basically, system navigation is checked in this type of testing. Another mode of testing is vulnerability testing. The testing which involves identifying the weakness in the software, hardware, or network is known as vulnerability testing. Malicious programs, the hacker can take control of the system if it is vulnerable to such kind of attacks, viruses, and worms. So it is necessary to check those systems undergo vulnerability testing before the production. It may identify critical defects, flaws in the security, etc. to ensure the vulnerability precaution measures for the software that is under consideration. And the next mode is volume testing. The volume testing is a type of non-functional testing performed by the performance testing team. The software or application undergoes a huge amount of data, and volume testing checks the system behavior and response time of the application when the system came across such a high volume of data. This high volume of data may impact the system's performance and speed of the processing time. And lastly, we are discussing white box testing. White box testing is based on the knowledge about the internal logic of an application's code. It is also known as glass box testing. The internal software and code working should be known for performing this type of testing. Under these tests are based on the coverage of code statements, branches, path, condition, etc., where each and every code under consideration is checked thoroughly to ensure the quality of a software. So my dear students, in the last 4 set of lectures, we had discussed different type of software testing which is available to ensure the software quality in software engineering process. Please go through this assignment question. The question is: define risk-based testing, sanity testing, security testing, smoke testing, static testing, stress testing, system testing, unit testing, usability testing, vulnerability testing, volume testing, and white box testing. So my dear students, in the upcoming lecture, we will discuss what is a bug or error and what is the life cycle of a bug. So see you soon. Until then, goodbye. Thank you and all the best.